Hey there folks, and welcome back to the I Am CDB project. Of course, I'm your host CDB. You are not, and today we're going to use a special soap. This is Bailey's Irish Coffee, which was made from me. It used to be sold this way by Catie's Bubbles. This was made like 3 or 4 years ago for me because I love Irish coffee. Oh, and it smells fantastic still. Now they've since changed the label and made it like 85% less awesome. Still a great soap, but here is the label now. Actually a better looking label, but it's just called Irish Coffee, and they dropped the legendary Bailey's name. Bad look, but this is still a great soap. So I encourage you to try it even with the less awesome new label. It really is a very good soap, and thanks to Chris Cullen for making it years ago. And we're just gonna jump right in and talk about what we're going to do with the razor. Here is the raw shaving razor, which you saw a couple of weeks ago on the channel, or last weekend actually on the channel. And as you know, it uses these little plastic pieces. Now I've gotten a lot of questions. Can you use it without? It's probably not designed to, I don't know, but I'll give it a shot. I suspect it won't be nearly as smooth. So there's what it looks like without these. What I suspect will happen is it'll probably have some blade chatter and will feel less smooth. So if it gets a little rough, I'll just put the lubrication strips back in, and I can tell you with the lubricating strips, it's very, very smooth. Without, I don't know. I did make a couple of passes with it just to see if it would, work, and it does. But I suspect it won't be as smooth. I tried it earlier in the week, and then I got more questions about it because people were like, well, what if they go out of business and you can't get the lubricating strips? And that is a legitimate concern. And so we'll give it a shot here and see how it shaves without the strips. With the strips, it's a very, very good smooth shaver. It's efficient, but it feels, really, really nice and smooth. So let us check it without. I got a lot of comments about price, and folks, look, this razor was sent to me to try, and I'm just trying it, trying to be helpful to the community. So if it's too much, it's too much, and I get it. It's a premium razor, but it does shave well, and, I'm always honest. You know me, I don't really much care for premium things a lot of the time. But I'll try them and give my thoughts on it. And yes, it's expensive, but yes, it's a very good shaver. So here we go without the lubricating strips. Tremendous feedback, I'll tell you. It's not too bad. Let's see. It certainly does not feel as smooth to me. So for the second pass, I'll put them back on. Let's see what kind of difference there is. I can just, it's just not as smooth, although it's usable. Certainly doesn't feel as smooth, at least to me. So, I mean, it works. Probably not designed to work this way. Just, again, I'm only doing this because I was asked questions about it, and for no other reason. So what I would say just from that first pass is, yes, you can still use it. It doesn't have nearly the smoothness. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, put the lubricating strips back in. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back, and we've put the lubricating strips back in the razor, and I'll show it to you here in just a second. And, that was doable. So if you bought it and for some reason you couldn't get the lubricating strips, it'll work. But we're about to find out how much difference they make. I suspect they really add something to the smooth nature of the shave, but, we'll see. Maybe it's just in my head. There's no way to know until you actually sort of use it back to back. And we'll see. By the way, this is the Razor Rock 400. The one I used yesterday was the humongous F400, which I tell you, for making lather, that thing is just incredible. It whips up a lather like nobody's business. Okay, here we go. Now we have the lubricating strips back in, and we'll go. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, big, big, big difference. It just feels twice as smooth with the lubricating strips. There is no question about it. In this particular razor, these strips, which again, I know I've mentioned it half a dozen times, which initially I thought to be gimmicky, they really do add to the smoothness and overall operation of this razor, and designed for the razor. And they do a very good job. This razor feels like butter with these strips. It's just really smooth, and you can, you know, the strips just, they feel very soft on your face. And so it just feels, it feels really nice, lack of a better term or expression. Real nice. So, yes, that might be a concern for you if you're worried about it. But I mean, my advice, reach out to Raw Shaving and, you know, talk to them about the razor and the design and so forth. And I guess you could always buy a bunch of them up front, you know, if you wanted to, but entirely up to you. But I can tell you, without a doubt, this razor with these strips, it's incredibly smooth, and without it, it's still workable, but it's not nowhere near as good as with. Their innovation there on the strips is really, you know, something I applaud. Now I realize that some people are concerned about that, and that's legitimate concern if they should choose to stop making them or go out of business. And a lot of people made that very comment. We've seen a lot of shave vendors go out of business. What happens if we buy, you know, an expensive razor and I can't get the parts I need? Well, that's a legitimate concern. But again, reach out to the folks at Raw Shaving and see what they tell you about it and go from there. But it's a very good shaver, that much I can tell you. And I need to find out where they want me to send this razor to next, or which shaver. I'm sure they'll want someone else to try it other than me. So I need to reach back out to them, ask them where to send it. But boy, it's a good shaver. So the verdict on the actual shave is, with the strips, really good. Without it, passable, but not as smooth as with. And so therefore, you're certainly better off using these strips, or at least for me. If you know, I like a smooth shave above all. I want it to feel nice. I don't want it to feel like I'm, you know, using sandpaper on my face, or, you know, something rough, or a rough razor or a rough blade. I've been known to change out a blade mid-shave if it gets rough. There's just no need to. Blades are so inexpensive. Look, I've seen a lot of videos where people push blades, unless you're doing it just to see, you know, if you're testing an old Persona 74 to see how many shaves you can get out of it, I get it. But just trying to test a regular blade to get, you know, 9 or 10 shaves out of it, just, I don't see any compelling reason to do that. Just personally, but, you know, everybody should do what they see fit. Yeah, this is, I must say, it's a handsome and smooth shaver. But you do have the issue with the inserts. So again, just reach out to Raw Shaving and get their take on it. And I'm sure they don't intend to go anywhere anytime soon. So hit them up and see what they have to say. All right, that is it for that particular portion. Let me rinse the face. We'll come back to the post. Stay tuned. All right, and here we are back with the magic made by Witches. There's Witch Hazel. This one is cucumber, of course. You know, I swear by it. It's very good stuff, at least for me. And if you use it, you know, let me know what you think about it. I love this stuff. You see it here every single video, of course. Raw Shaving. I believe this was the RS18 Clear Cut Definitive Edition. Expensive, but very good razor. You really need those lubrication strips. It'll work with it. It'll work without it, technically. Probably not designed to do that, but with those strips, it's a very, very good, smooth shaver. It provides a lot of audible feedback. Really, really good. Razor Rock F400, which is nice. Along with my Timeless Bowl, and the Bailey's Irish Cream, which I got water on. Hopefully that'll dry up. The Bailey's Irish Coffee. Again, here's the new container. Really, really good soap. Joking earlier about the label. Although Bailey's name was key, I thought. Anyway. And we're going to finish it off with the aftershave. I was sent by Con and Paul Sordello of Australia a long time ago. Blue Stratos, which is a good old-fashioned type aftershave. It's really, really nice. And we will pour a little out and slap it on and enjoy that during the head shave. This is really a throwback type of scent. It just smells like an old-fashioned aftershave. It doesn't smell in the scent-wise, but just the style of it and the way it presents itself, just like an old 70s, you know, throwback aftershave. And I like it and enjoy it every time I put it on. Thank you, Con and Paul. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining me. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB. You are not. God bless.